In this exercise, we are going to start with this sketch and we will end up with this Pepsi can 3D illustration. File, place, exercise 12, click, check template, and place. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select the ellipse tool, set the fill to none, stroke black, stroke weight 3 points for more visibility. I'm gonna press shift and draw a circle like this, about this size. I'll let go. Now I'm gonna select the rectangle tool and I'm gonna build a rectangle like this, and I'll make sure this line matches the center of the circle like this, and I'm gonna build another rectangle like this. Selection tool, I'm gonna select everything. Shape builder tool, I press alt and I'm gonna delete all these parts. Now I'm only left with this part and this part. I'm gonna choose the color red and color this part. Choose the color blue and color this part. Back to selection tool. I'm gonna change the stroke from black to none. And now I'm gonna draw the Pepsi logo. So I have to zoom on it. Ellipse tool. Black stroke. I press shift. I build a circle like this. I'm gonna increase the stroke weight to 3 for more visibility. I'm gonna choose the pen tool now. I'm gonna click here, click and drag here, like this. I create a curve like this and I continue the curve here. I make one click. I make one click here. Now click and drag like this. Click and drag like this. One click here and now I can close the path. Selection tool, I select everything. Shape builder tool, press alt. I'm gonna delete this part and this part. I'm gonna choose red, color this area, choose white, color this area, choose blue, and color this area. Back to selection tool. Now I'm gonna change the stroke from black to none. And now we have the Pepsi logo. I select all 3 parts, right click, and I'm gonna group them together. I'm gonna go to ellipse tool. I select it. I'm gonna draw a circle like this. Of course, I'm pressing shift. The circle must be slightly bigger than the logo, just like this. I'm gonna swap fill and stroke, and I'm gonna choose white for the fill color. I'm gonna right click, arrange, and send to back. Now I'm gonna select both the logo and the white circle, and I'm gonna make sure they are aligned. So I click here, horizontal align center and vertical align center. I make sure they are aligned. Both are still selected. I'm gonna right click and group them together. I click here, I open the symbols window, and now I'm gonna click here, new symbol. I'm gonna name it Pepsi and click on OK, and just like that I save the logo inside the symbols. Now I can delete this, I no longer need it. I'm gonna close the symbols window for now, and I'm gonna move to drawing this part. I'm gonna start with a rectangle tool. I'm gonna choose 3 points stroke weight and black for the color. I put the cursor right here and draw a rectangle like this. Select, deselect. I'm gonna select the pen tool now. I'll make one click here. Gonna zoom out a little bit. I made one click here. Now I'm gonna press shift and make sure I build a vertical line up to this point. Click. Now horizontal line, click. Another vertical line, click. I was holding shift the entire time. Now click and drag, create a curve like this, and click and drag from here, create a curve like this. Let go, anchor the point. Now I'm gonna go back to the first point and close the path just like this. Select, deselect. Now the last part, I click here, maintain shift. I need a vertical line, click here, click here. Now click and drag like this, click and drag like this, click and drag like this. One click here, and now I can close the path. I'm gonna modify this a little bit using the direct selection tool, just a little bit like this. Okay, I think this looks fine. I deselect. I'm gonna zoom out. Now with the selection tool, this part, I'm gonna make it blue with no stroke. This part and this part, I'm gonna choose the gray color, this shade of gray with no stroke. And now we have all the elements we need. I can hide the template now, I no longer need it. And now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna click on this part. I'm gonna make it a 3D object. I'm gonna click on effect, 3D and materials, and I'm gonna click on revolve. I get this 3D shape. I'm not gonna make any changes. I'm just gonna go down here and I'm gonna choose the preset front so I can see it from this angle. I'm gonna do the same thing here, click, revolve, and I go to presets and I'm gonna choose front. I'm gonna close the window now. I don't need it. I click away, and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna select this part now. I'm gonna do something slightly different. I go to effect, 3D materials, 3D classic, and I click on revolve. I get this shape like this and this window. I go to position and I'm gonna change this to front like this to see it from this angle. Don't worry if it seems transparent. This is like some kind of bug. It happens sometimes. I'm gonna click on OK. I'm gonna go to this shape now. I'm gonna do the same thing, effect, 3D and materials, 3D classic. I click on revolve classic. I get this shape. I'm gonna change position to front like this, and I'm not gonna change anything else. I'm just gonna click on OK. Now this part, Effect, 3D and Materials, 3D Classic and Revolve Classic. We get this shape right here. Position, I'm gonna change this to front. And now I'm gonna add the logo on the can. I'm gonna click on Map Art. I have to choose the right surface, meaning this surface. I click here, next surface, next surface. This is exactly the surface we need. Now I'm gonna go to symbol. I click here and I click on the Pepsi logo. I bring it right here, and when I move it, you can see on the screen what it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna place it right here. This is the right position. And by the way, the white area represents the visible area here, and the dark area represents the hidden area, meaning the back of the can. So this is the right position. I'm gonna check shade artwork, and now, as you see, the can looks more realistic. Now I just click on OK, and I click on OK once again. I'm gonna select these three parts and group them together. I'm gonna place the can right here in the middle. I'm gonna take this part and I'm gonna place it right here. I'm gonna take this part and I'm gonna place it right here on the same level. And now the exercise is finished. You go do the same and don't forget to save.